Madam Chairperson, I will start by saying that the biggest sufferers of partition were the people from Punjab, especially the Sikhs and other minorities. During partition time, lakhs of our brothers and sisters were forced to flee Pakistan and they had to come to India. Even if they had land, other properties, or any business there, everything was taken over. They were left with nothing and they came to India. You might have heard, seen, and read the news reports. Trains full of bodies were sent to India. During partition, a few members of the minority communities still stayed back in Pakistan. If you look at the figures that I have got from the data during partition in 1947, you will see that 75% of the people of Pakistan belonged to the majority community and 25% of them belonged to all other minorities. Today, after 72 years, less than 5% belong to minority communities in Pakistan. So, where has the large number of people gone? Majority of them were forced to convert into the majority religion because that was the only way left for them to live there. I can give you thousands and thousands of such examples where a person living in Punjab, India, is a Sikh and his cousin or his brother living in Pakistan is a Muslim. One of our MLAs is a Sikh, but his uncle in Pakistan is a Muslim. So they were all forced to convert. However, a few people still maintained the identity, but they had to face a lot of hardships. A lot of members of the Sikh community keep on visiting us during their visits to Golden Temple, and we have the opportunity to talk to them. A lot of our Jathas go to Pakistan to visit our religious places. They have the opportunity to talk to our brothers and sisters there. There is a sense of suffocation there. I can give you numerous examples. Thousands of cases come up in newspapers about Sikh girls being forcefully converted to Islam. The situation in Afghanistan is not very different. There were more than 3 lakh Sikhs and other communities living happily in Afghanistan. They were controlling the business there. They were very well off, and when Taliban came, they started persecuting these communities. They were kidnapped, killed, or forced to flee. During the last 25 to 30 years, at least 75,000 of them have come to India. They have been living here, but without any citizenship. A lot of them have met us because Shiromani Akali Dal represents the Punjabi community and they came to us. Since the last 3 decades, we have been regularly approaching the Home Ministry and representing that these poor people have left Afghanistan and Pakistan. They cannot live here because they do not have any papers with them. They have no rights, and police and other officials harass them day after day, and they are living here without citizenship. Their children born here cannot live here. They gave examples that their Sikh brothers from Afghanistan who have gone to America or England or any other European country have got citizenship within 2 months. But in our country, we were not given citizenship. Shiromani Akali Dal has been regularly pursuing their case, and we are happy that finally those people who spent 30 years of their life here can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They can feel that they are citizens of India. But at the same time, I would like to mention one thing. We must not forget that India is a secular country. Our nation is one where every religion in the world is here. India has been a land of saints and gurus, and Sikhism preaches secularism. Our 9th Guru, Shri Tegh Bahadur, sacrificed his life for saving Hindu religion because Hindus were being converted. I will give you another example. When our 5th Guru, Shri Arjun Dev, started the construction of the Golden Temple, he made a Muslim lay the foundation stone. Madam, my father has served as the Chief Minister 5 times. Our party has always believed that every community, especially minorities, need to be protected. My father, when he was the chief minister, used to go and attend every religious function of every community. I will give an example. You might have heard of riots in other parts of the country in other states, but you will never hear of a communal riot in Punjab. Even during the worst phases of Punjab, when the terrorism was at its peak, everyone in Punjab lived in peace and harmony. So we have to preserve our secular status. I know this bill affects minority community. It does not have that much effect on the majority community. We are talking about Pakistan. I do not want to take names of religions here. I just want to request, why do we not add the names of Muslims? I give you an example of Ahmadiyya community in Punjab, where Qadian is the headquarters of Ahmadiyya community of the whole of the world. They are the minority Muslims in Pakistan. That means they cannot perform namaz there. Their hands are cut. They are treated like second-class citizens in Pakistan. Just as we go to Nankana Sahib, people from Ahmadiyya community come from Pakistan to Qadian on a regular basis. Anyway, this bill is based on religious persecution. You are having a committee which is going to examine each and every case individually. If you are examining each and every case individually, you will not get any case from this community in Punjab. At the same time, we will be able to shut them up. But they are putting up false propaganda around the country that NDA is communal, NDA is this and that. For them, they are just looking at one word and are trying to fight it. If we abjure that word, I think it will send a good message among everyone. At the same time, it will hold the secular credential. Honorable Chairperson, this bill is not just an affront to the basic tenets of equality and religious non-discrimination that have been enshrined in our Constitution, but also an all-out assault on the very idea of India that our forefathers gave their lives for during the freedom struggle. Our freedom movement was split on the issue of whether religion should be the determinant of nationhood. Those who believed in that were those who advocated the idea of Pakistan. Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, Maulana Azad, and many other leaders believed in the opposite, that religion has nothing to do with our nationhood, and they created a free country for people of all religions, regions, castes, and languages. The Indian Constitution rejected the notion of the two-nation theory. If this bill passes, it will mark the victory of Muhammad Ali Jinnah's thinking over that of Mahatma Gandhi. You cannot say that you reject Pakistan while advocating the same logic as Pakistan. Ironically, it goes against the historic legacy of Hindus in this country. Swami Vivekananda has already been quoted. He said how proud he was to speak of a nation that has long given refuge to the persecuted people of all nations and all faiths. We lived up to Swami Vivekananda by giving refuge to Tibetan refugees, to the Baha'i community, to Sri Lankan Tamils, and also to 10 million Bangladeshis, the largest refugee extradition in human history, without once asking them what their religion was. Today, you are violating Article 14 of the Constitution by singling out one community and refusing to grant them asylum from oppression. We already have had a partition of the Indian soil. This bill is marking a partition of the Indian soul, and I beg this government not to proceed with this. I worked for United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees for 11 years, and I can tell you how sad it is that India is one of the few democracies in the world not to have ratified either the Refugee Convention or Protocol. And India is one of the few democracies not to have a refugee law. I am saying that we have a wonderful record of refugees. I mentioned about the largest refugee extradition in the history, but we have not created any legal instruments. I went to the former Home Minister and put my private member's bill requesting a national asylum and a refugee policy.